Hello, this is Rhiannon Scherer for MIS 605. For Unit 7, we are discussing JSON. So JSON is a format that allows data to be transferred between different applications and backend processes, and can even be used to create a program or for the data that's going to go into the program to be populated. So while XML used to be the predominant way for data to be transferred, and in many cases it still is, JSON is a far better way to do that because it's more efficient from being shorter parameters, so it's quicker to read and write to, and it can use arrays. So why it is actually quicker and faster, it can kind of be summarized by looking at when an XML file is being delivered to a consuming application. So let's say that an XML is being delivered to a mobile app, and inside of that XML is stored data about whether or not the user has paid. But when it goes to read the XML, when the mobile app does, has to go through every single line in the XML to find the place where is paid is located, and then see whether it says yes or no in there. JSON is more like a control find. So it's like control find, has paid, yes or no. And that way it's able to find that data quicker and deliver to the user the services that they're looking for faster, that they had already paid for. You can find many data sets of various data types on Kaggle or data.gov, including JSON data sets, to see how all of the different elements work together. But one that I found particularly interesting from data.gov, if you filter to local government, state of Missouri, and then select JSON as the data type you're looking for, it actually produces 193 data sets just for state of Missouri. And it's everything from sales tax rates to food pantry locations, and there's even one for impaired rivers and streams. Yes, that's what it's called, impaired rivers and streams. I have no idea how you would use that JSON object, but hey, you could definitely try to model something off of it. The one that I found interesting for our conversation is the number of high school seniors in Missouri. And the reason why is because higher education institutions, especially in the state of Missouri, especially community colleges and such, would really be well served to use this data in order to forecast through predictive analytics what type of college entrance they would have the following year. They can kind of look at that flow of that year over year in order to make their predictive model better. I'm sure you guys can think of a lot of other data sources you could model into this in your feedback to me, whether that's economics or various things that may have happened in the state of Missouri over the course of time that you can look at to really see how those other factors might influence whether or not these college seniors would be, or high school seniors would be entering into college the next year for the universities and colleges to create their predictive analytics on. Finally, most likely any modern day application that uses REST-based APIs will use JSON, whereas SOAP-based APIs are always going to use XMLs because they can only talk to XMLs. So a lot of legacy systems, especially in the banking and financial institutions, actually still use XMLs, unfortunately, which is why although JSON is going to be something that you see in many modern web and mobile applications, you're still going to find XMLs a lot because of these SOAP-based services that legacy systems we're used to interacting with, and that they haven't yet moved over to the more modern day REST-based API structures. Might be another little soapbox of mine, no pun intended, but that would be why JSON would eventually overtake the idea of using the XMLs, is because as REST-based APIs are proliferated, people will have to move away from these XML files and into the faster JSON objects. Thanks.